Good morning. It's September the 22nd, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, it is Friday. It's the end of the week. It is the equinox today at 3:02. I still don't know if that's Central Time or Eastern, where it officially will be fall. And I'm ready. We're above 95 the last couple of days. Today we're supposed to be in the low 90s as we are through Sunday. And then on Monday we're supposed to be in the low 70s. So I'll take some low 70 weather right now. Tired of summer. Okay, North Korea threatens to explode a hydrogen bomb over the Pacific. It's not even imaginable that they would do that, but he did say it. If he did do it, at that point, China and Russia would have to step up and do a hell of a lot more than what they're doing right now. But that should bring the wrath of the world down on him. But with Trump's new round of sanctions, which actually might prove to be effective, that was his response. Took stocks down in Asia. Our stock market's off a little bit. The treasuries are higher, gold is higher, the dollar is down off of North Korea's response to the sanctions. In the EU, manufacturing and service PMIs were above forecast in France and Germany, and therefore for the EU in total. So the economic growth in the EU looks like to be accelerating, getting better right now, which gives the ECB some flexibility on their quantitative easing to raise interest rates and actually begin to taper at some point. Our news today is the PMI composite flash, 54.9, manufacturing 53, services 55.5. Manufacturing could come in lower than forecast. No one will pay a lot of attention to it. Atlanta business inflation plus 1.9. That's probably exactly where it will be. And then Baker Hughes rig count, don't know what it'll be, 1148. Like we've said, because of the lower prices in crude oil, these numbers have been coming in lower the last couple of 3 weeks, 936 for the North American rigs or the U.S. rigs. So I would imagine this number could be lower. So if there is a news focus, it would be the PMI flash. I don't think it'll play. What's hanging over the market is Monday and Trump's tax proposal is supposed to be announced. Should be good for equities, provide some support. Probably won't be good for treasuries. So given that, I've got a trading range market today because of Monday's news announcement, and can sell the 28 to the buck area. So 27s to 31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, 17s to 21s, buy 1. And 9 to 13, buy 2. Hope everybody has a big weekend planned. I'm not too really interested in Tennessee sports programs anymore. So I will watch a little football this weekend. Do some reading, a little bit of grilling. Can't do any yard work in the backyard because I'm reseeding it, which gives me a week off from that. So looking forward to a quiet weekend here. Looking at the 30-year, 16 to 20, number 1. 23.27, sell 1. 31.03, sell 2. On the buy side, I guess the buck to 04 is where it really is. We'll put 4 to 8, number 1. Buy 29s to 01, buy 1. Buy 17s to 21s, buy 2. I got 3 of them I got to finish off, Nancy, so I always have 2 to 3 books going. I do plan, I may finish one of them tonight. I've got all this Netflix, Amazon Prime and stuff shows listed, but yeah, I just don't for some reason TV is just really not appealing too much to me these days. Sitting down and watching that. So I sit out on the deck and do a little reading till the sun goes down, and got a new toy, a bug assault weapon, which is a great way to kill flies. Much more expensive than a fly swatter, but a heck of a lot more interesting. And so what happens after when I got my new way to kill flies? They were there in droves, and now they've kind of disappeared. So what do they know that I don't know? Like in quantum physics, when you know it, everybody instantly knows it. Okay, looking at gold, we've been the 99 to 01 area is a sell zone. Talking about it yesterday. Had it there last night. 4 to 6, sell 2. On the buy side, 93.95. 89.91, buy 2. Oh, it's beautiful inside. It doesn't splatter the flies. You just hit them with that little thing of salt, and they go skipping away. That little slug of salt transports them to another place, and it's not an old mushy, squashed up bug. It's still intact. So it's a nice way to. When I first looked at it, I thought that it'd splatter the bug all over everywhere, but it doesn't. So you don't have to go back in with a napkin and clean up or a sponge after you kill them. It's called bug assault. I'll put it up there. You have to know how to shoot to use it, though, but you only have 3 feet, so it doesn't put a lot of pressure on you. So the kill range is 3 to 4 feet. But I'll put a link up there to it here when I get done. My wife was all against it when I first got it, and wasted money, and then I had to tell her it was a gift for my birthday, and I could spend the money as I saw fit. She got quiet, then she saw how it kills flies, and now she wants to learn how to use it. But I mean, you just see that little fly and that little block of white just moving sideways when you hit them, so it's a pretty effective tool. Okay, Theresa May makes a Brexit speech today at 9:15 Eastern. She's expected to pay $20 billion. Boris is expected to resign over that for access to the EU markets. And they call it a transition payment. Previously, we're not going to pay you to leave the EU, etc. So it maybe, I don't know. It just seems to me that the economies are so intertwined that Britain could leave without doing it, and the automobile manufacturers would make sure that the EU sanctions weren't very much. So here we are at 21, 40 to 50, sell 1. 75, sell 2. On the buy side, the breakout came at the buck, so buy 1 the buck. 75, buy 2. Oh, 9:15 Eastern. That's probably our news event today. Theresa May's speech and the market's reaction to that. Shouldn't impact our markets all that much, but could. Crude's hanging in there. Got a seller, 50.75 to 51. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but what's the record, Charles? What is all those things that old technology, previous technology that has been, for the most part, discarded. Although vinyl is making a comeback because it's analog, not digital. 50 even to 50 and a quarter by 1. 49.50, 49.75 by 2. And I know this from my record collection that the vinyl is a much warmer sound than digital, but it's a hell of a lot less convenient. And as you get older, you lose your hearing, so all that audiophile stuff I used to have is wasted on my ears. And Bluetooth and MP3 is a reasonable facsimile to music, which is where, and it's very, very convenient, which is where I find myself these days. And last but not least, the E-mini. E-mini is down because of war with North Korea, but Monday is the Trump tax announcement, and I think that'll put a floor underneath the market. So head lower but not break. So we should have pretty good support, 85 to 90. So 90, 92 by 1. Let them get stops. We've got a B beneath the Asian low. Might take 95s to get in, but we'll try to buy on the cheap, 85 to 87 by 2. On the sell side, 99 to 01. And 4 to 6 for sell 2. Look for a range bound trade today. I don't think anybody pays attention to the PMI flash composite. It's not a number that usually drives our markets. The Atlanta business inflation at plus 1.9, no one will pay any attention to. Baker Hughes won't be a factor either. So 90 to 92, may have to pay 95s to get in. We'll just see. Looking for maybe an 8 to a 10 point range when it's all said and done. Okay, going to take a bit to get everything put up. I'm going to go find that bug assault weapon for Nancy and others that might be interested in looking for ways to become a predator once again. Back in a bit.